Kangpopi erupted in intense grief and anger following the brutal rape and murder of Zosang Kimmar, a beloved school teacher and mother of 3 in ZAIRAWN village, Jiribam. On November 10, hundreds of Kuki Zo women from Saikul, led by the Kuki Women Union Saikul, gathered in Saikul Hill town to protest this heinous act. The protesters condemned the Jiribam district administration and security forces, accusing them of failing to uphold their commitment to protect the community as promised in the peace agreement signed on August 1, 2024. Zosang Kimmar was killed on November 7 when Meitei militants allegedly attacked the village, which had no prior warning of such an assault due to the peace agreement. During the attack, Mar was not only shot but also brutally burned and raped, suggesting an attempt to conceal evidence. The protesters called this crime part of a broader pattern of violence against Kuki Zo women and demanded justice, declaring that their voices have been ignored for too long. The protesters chanted slogans like "We want justice" and "We demand union territory with legislature," underscoring their frustration with the inaction of both local authorities and security forces.
We condemn the brutal and terror killing of
Zosang Kimmar!
We condemn the brutal and terror killing of
Zosang Kimmar!
We want
Justice!
We want
Justice!
We want
Justice!
We want
Justice!
We demand
Union territory!
We demand
Union territory!
We demand
Union territory!
We condemn the brutal and terror killing of
Zosang Kimmar!
We condemn the brutal and terror killing of
Zosang Kimmar!
We condemn the brutal and terror killing of
Zosang Kimmar!
We condemn the brutal and terror killing of
Zosang Kimmar!
We condemn the brutal and terror killing of
Zosang Kimmar!
We demand
Union territory!
We demand
Union territory!
We condemn the brutal and terror killing of
Zosang Kimmar!
We condemn the brutal and terror killing of
Zosang Kimmar!
We want
Justice!
We want
Justice!
We want
Justice!
We demand
Union territory!
We demand
Union territory!
We demand
Union territory!
We demand
Union territory!
We want
Justice!
We want
Justice!
We want
Justice!
We demand
Union territory!
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 We condemn the brutal and terror killing of
Zosang Kimmar!
We condemn the brutal and terror killing of
Zosang Kimmar!
We want
Justice!
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 We demand
Union territory!
We demand
Union territory!
We demand
Union territory!
We condemn the brutal and terror killing of
Zosang Kimmar!
We condemn the brutal and terror killing of
Zosang Kimmar!
We want
Justice!
We want
Justice!
We want
Justice!
We want
Justice!
Ngaapi Chongloy, a leader of the Kuki Women Union Saikul, emphasized the brutality of the attack, stating that the peace agreement had failed to prevent further violence. She voiced the community's belief that only a separate administrative territory with legislative powers could offer real security and lasting peace. I'm here at Saikul Hill Town, Kambupi district. Today, as you can see behind me, the Kuki-Zo women have come out in numbers to protest against the brutal killing of Zosang Kimmar on the 7th of November in Jiribam district. To know more details about the protest, let us speak to a member of the Saikul Women Union. What are you protesting about and what do you hope will change after this protest?
This sit-in protest is organized by Kuki Women Union Saikul, and we are condemning the heinous act, the gruesome act against the Meitei militants, which has been meted out to us. And this incident happened on 7 November in ZAIRAWN'S village in Jiribam, where our beloved sister, Mrs. Slade Zosanki Mar, was brutally murdered. And not only that, she was not only brutally murdered, but what happened to her was that her body was even burnt. Her body was burnt. The reason is that they wanted to hide. They wanted to hide the sin which they have done. They wanted to hide that they have raped her. That's why they did not even satisfy by just shooting her, by killing her, but they even raped her. If she was just being shot dead, I don't think so they would have burnt her. But they wanted to hide. They wanted to hide what they have done against our women. And right now I'm shivering. It's because I am really mad. I am really condemning because this incident, this thing has happened time and again against the Kuki woman. The Kuki woman has been victimized time and again. How many times we have protested, how many times we have come out and we have protested, sit in protest, but it has never been answered. And today we are doing it again because I know one day our voices will be heard.
What is the central forces? What is the role of the central forces in the current violence, and do you think they are doing enough?
I would say that the Central Forces, the CRPF, are not doing enough. Why? Why? The reason why I'm saying is that because on 1st August 2024, the CRPF, they were present in the signing of peace agreement with different organizations. They were there. And during the incident on 7th November, they were there, but they played a silent spectator. They didn't do anything. If they had taken strict action, I am sure our sister, our mother, our daughter, Zosanki Mar would have been alive and not raped and not burnt, and her brains were even taken out and scattered here and there. What should the authorities do to ensure justice and protect the communities? The Kuki Women's Cycle and the Kuki Society Organization, we demand strict actions against those perpetrators, to book and to arrest them right now. Because if they won't do this, then I am sure tomorrow, day after tomorrow, there will be one of us. I may be one of the victims as well. I don't know. And for how long will they keep quiet? And the central forces, we demand and we request, hum log bhi Indian hai. We are Indian. And why do we have to time and again say that we are Indian? Aren't we Indian enough? That's what we want to say. This is Nunhoy Ngailot reporting for Hills Mojo from Saikul Hill Town, Kambupi district. The demonstration also highlighted the failure of the Jiribam peace agreement, which was supposed to restore peace between the Meitei and Mar communities. Despite high-level efforts to broker peace, including the involvement of central forces like CRPF and Assam Rifles, the tragic murder exposed the agreement's shortcomings. NG Loon Kipgan, spokesperson for the Committee on Tribal Unity, pointed out that temporary peace accords without addressing the core demands of the Kuki-Zo people are insufficient and only lead to further violence. The Kuki-Zo community has repeatedly called for a separate union territory, arguing that such a measure is necessary to protect their rights and ensure long-term peace. The government's failure to act on this demand while promoting temporary peace agreements has fueled widespread resentment and calls for urgent intervention.
The protesters vowed to continue their demonstrations until the government addresses their demands for justice and security, reinforcing their commitment to seeking accountability for the brutal murder of Zosang Kim Mar.
Dear Mr. Prime Minister, how much more of a protest from the Kuki community do you need? Do the center government need to understand and finally come to terms that the Kukis are the victim? One of the most important points is that on the 1st of August 2024, there was a peace committee that was initiated by the concerned district administration at the camp of CRPF, including all stakeholders, including the Mitai organization. We want to understand their Amit Shah. You cannot turn blind eye. Wasn't it the first incident where a woman who was paraded naked, our Prime Minister took cognizance of that? This heinous and this uncivilized and this excessive lust for woman body is reflected on the majority Mitai community. That is the reason why the Kuki Zo community cannot ever live with them again. That is the reason why we have demanded for a separate administration, which is a constitutional protection, for Pete's sake. We are not demanding a country. We are just demanding a constitutional protection so that such kind of atrocities against us would not ever happen again. Simple as that, union territory with legislature under the constitutional provision of Article 239A. But please, look at the woman. We are not a dramatist like the other people. Please, take cognizance of this, and the incumbent chief minister should be responsible for that, and all those people who are involved in the talks should be accountable for that. The matter should rest with them.